over, please.
Is that you, man?
I cannot understand my own language, Jock. Oh, oh. Afternoon. Giving me jip, that is. Oh.
No smoking, if you don't mind, Mr. Garnett.
Am I smoking it? Can you see smoke coming out of it? I'm not smoking it, my dear, because there's nothing in it. I don't get enough out of you lot to smoke it.
Your wife is incapacitated.
She can't walk. She's a cripple.
Rheumatoid arthritis, I believe.
So the quack says.
Mr. Doggerel, your wife's consultant, is a very distinguished specialist in that particular disease, Mr. Garnett.
So he says.
You don't think so?
Well, I don't know if he is or ain't no more than you do, missus. We have to take his word for that, don't we? Only his mates and those who work with him know how good or bad he is, and they won't blab, will they? Conspiracy of silence, innit? All I know is, from what I've seen of him, I'm not over the moon about him.
He's a clever man.
Oh, well, they're all clever men, ain't they, eh? I mean, if they was half as clever as they say they are, as they claim to be, we'd all live forever, wouldn't we? But we don't, do we? See, all I know is this, missus. When my wife first went to see your Mr. Doggerel, she couldn't walk, could she? See, and now, after pushing her up and down to the hospital and back and wearing out 3 pairs of boots, seeing your Mr. Doggerel, she still can't walk. And if things go on the way they are going, pretty soon I won't be able to walk, will I? I will finish up in a wheelchair with her. Now, I am not a clever consultant, missus, but I couldn't have done much worse than that, could I?
Well, nobody's claiming Mr. Doggerel or any other consultant can work miracles.
I'm not looking for miracles, missus. No one can do much for my wife's legs now. They're a write-off, I accept that. Whose fault it is, I'm not prepared to argue. I mean, her legs never be any good again. Not as legs, they won't. I accept that. I know that. They're too far gone. But if you want to do something for her, missus, if you want to give her a bit of quality of life, look after my legs. It's my legs she's got to rely upon now. It's my legs she needs, because my legs are more use to her than her own legs are, ain't they? Use your noddle, missus. Save my legs. That's what you've got to do. Save my legs. Give her a power wheelchair. Something I don't have to push. Something that'll save my legs.
I'm sorry, Mr. Garnett. I understand your position and I sympathise with it. But unfortunately for you, I hasten to add, Mrs. Garnett is not incapacitated enough to qualify for a powered chair.
Why not?
Well,
Because she's got me, ain't she? Hey, her loving husband, her living relative. Bloody muggins, that's all. Listen, when I retired after 65 years of slog and paying thousands of pounds to you lot, I didn't bargain on getting a job harder than the one I retired from, the one I was too old to do. No. I didn't bargain on being turned into a bloody workhorse, tethered to a wheelchair for the rest of my life. You treat me like an unpaid social worker, you are. How would she be if she didn't have me, eh?
A lot happier, I should think.
Shut up.
If Mrs. Garnett didn't have you, she'd probably qualify for a powered chair.
Yes, but because I live with her. Because she's mine and I love her. I've got to push her, ain't I? Well, it ain't bloody fair, that's all I got to say. Look, if I left her in a lurch, if I divorced her, if I lived in sin with her, she'd get a powered wheelchair out of you lot, wouldn't she? Well, it's not bloody right, is it? And ain't fair. All right, I'll do it. I'll divorce her. I'll live in sin with her. And I'll write to the Archbishop of Canterbury. And I'll tell him I've been forced to live in sin with my own wife to get a wheelchair